Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological beast beings and the like pulled from worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. And today I wanted to talk about the Cressie. And the Cressie kind of stems from Canadian folklore, and it is essentially an eel-like lake monster that has been sighted in places like Crescent Lake, Robert's Arm, Newfoundland, and Labrador, those areas of Canada. Now, its name actually stems from a combination of two other names, one for Crescent Lake and Nessie. Yes, we're talking about the Loch Ness Monster. So now you can understand where Cressie comes from. They are potentially related. Now, going on, the Cressie is often described again with this elongated form. Sometimes it's described as having this kind of dark brown body, again an eel ranging around 15 feet in length, again very sleek in its look. Sometimes it's been described as having this kind of shiny skin or flesh or maybe scales with a fish-shaped head. And sightings for the Cressie have been documented starting from around the 1950s, leading to just about present day. And there are possible links to some indigenous legends, one of which is the creature called the Wooden Hout, which translates to the pond devil, or the Hout to weed Yi, which is the swimming demon. Now, I do want to say that these sources are not verified, so if there really is a link with some kind of earlier creature from indigenous lore, again, there's no way I can possibly prove it at this point in time, so take that with a grain of salt. But did want to note that. Now, for the actual sightings of the Cressie, there have been reports, one of which was a resident living in Robert's Arm. He was known as Grandfather Anthony, and this man was reported that he actually was startled while berry picking beside the lake, and where he potentially saw the lake monster itself swimming in the water. Now, another sighting was recorded by two woodsmen saying that they at one point looked upon the water and saw something that looked like an overturned boat. Fearing that people were injured or needed help, they kind of ran towards the boat, and as they were kind of approaching it, the boat itself began to move. It was that what they described as an actual creature, and it kind of dove back into the water in their account. Now, in 1990, there was a report of the Cressie saying that it was some kind of black shape that arose 5 feet above the water. And so you could think and envision, again, with these tales of anything that's related or looks similar to the Loch Ness Monster, some probably head or appendage like that rising above the water. Now, and again, the sightings have been recorded all the way to 2003. I don't know if there were any closer ones, but 2003, there was definitely a notable one there. Now, some of these sightings or reports that are associated with the Cressie are of discoveries of these holes in the ice that forms above the water of Crescent Lake and the waters around it. And the belief locally is that these holes are like almost like air hole created by the monster so they can breathe when the lakes or these water sources freeze over. Now, that's pretty much all I have about the Cressie. If you have any questions about this or anything else, please post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my social media. Until next time, everyone, Skål.